Retired State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski, and the men and women of the Department of Fire Services, I would like to welcome everyone to the commencement exercises for the 269th graduating class of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy's Career Recruit Firefighting Training Program. At this time, I ask you to please please join me in welcoming the presiding officer and the official party for today's ceremony. Graduating recruits. Class 269 was led in by a representative of the Worcester Pipes and Drums. Please remain standing for our national anthem. Ostrowski.
Good morning. As we are all painfully aware, on the early morning of December 9th, we lost firefighter Christopher Roy in a line-of-duty death in the city of Worcester. I would now ask that you join me in a moment of silence in memory of Chris Roy and in honor and support of his family, our Worcester Fire Department family, in the loss in this line-of-duty death. Thank you.
Please remain standing for the invocation delivered by Reverend Josh Crowell.
O Eternal One, we pause today full of gratitude for these men and women who have answered your call to serve the public in fire service. We ask your blessing on them, that they may so take into their lives that which they have learned in this academy, that they better do those jobs to which you have called them. Help them to be sensitive and caring. Help them to never forget that it is their brothers and sisters who always have their back. For we are called, Eternal One, to serve you, to serve your people, and to dare to care, whatever the cost. So bind us together in that spirit. Help us to support each other. In the name and the Spirit of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Please be seated. Again, good morning and welcome everyone. My name is Joseph Klusnick and I currently serve as the Deputy Director of the Massachusetts Fire Academy. Just like to take a moment to let you know who makes up today's official party. I'm going to bypass the two gentlemen to my immediate left, and I will start with the presiding officer for today's ceremony. He is the head of the Department of Fire Services, State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski. Next to the Marshal is the individual who oversees all operations of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy across the entire Commonwealth, Director David Evans. We've already met the next gentleman. He is the chaplain of the Dennis Fire Department, Reverend Josh Crowell. Next to the Reverend is a representative of the Massachusetts Fire Training Council, the group that puts forth and oversees all policies regarding training for the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy here in Stow, our Springfield campus, and any of our satellite facilities. From the Winchester Fire Department, Captain Rick Tustin. And on my far left, from the Athol Fire Department, our keynote speaker for today's ceremony, Chief Joseph Guarnero. It is the mission of the Career Recruit Firefighter Training Program to take a group of young individuals, introduce them to the history of the fire service, teach them the skills that they will need when we release them back to their departments, and prepare them for the challenges that they're sure to face in the near future. Certainly not an easy task. The Massachusetts Firefighting Academy is blessed to have at the head of this program coordinator, Mr. Dennis Ball. And next to him is the individual that oversees the quality of the program for quite a few years now, Assistant Program Coordinator, Mr. Jack Gelinas. Massachusetts Firefighting Academy is truly fortunate to have, as part of its staff, the dedicated professionals, the men and women that make up the instructor corps and the support staff. They teach you every single day come together for one single goal, to ensure that the firefighters of the Commonwealth are the best trained in the nation. Many of you probably saw quite a few of them in action because the training never stops in this great state. I would like to take a moment, though, to thank those individuals who make this program and this very graduation possible. Thank you. And then lastly, so much of what takes place with this program happens behind the scenes, basically administratively. With all communications with the respective departments, handling the day-to-day paperwork that make this program possible. Two ladies I'd just like to highlight. You probably met them when they were entering the hall today. They were handing out the programs for today's ceremony. Miss Christine Danzero and Miss Susan Mondi Sykes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce our State Fire Marshal, Peter Ostrowski.
Good morning again, and thank you for joining us. It's my great honor to be with you today on this special occasion as we celebrate the graduation of Class 269. It's an exciting day. I especially want to extend our welcome to all the folks who are here today on behalf of the staff here at the Department of Fire Services. We know that we have the great privilege to work on behalf of the Commonwealth's Fire Services every day. We have a very talented team that I'll mention in just a little bit, but it's really a pleasure to have you here with us today. We extend a special welcome to all of our chiefs and members of the departments. It's a pleasure to have you here with us here at your Department of Fire Services as we commemorate and mark the entrance of these recruits into their careers. Welcome. We are honored to have the support of the legislature, the Senate and the House, the Governor and Secretary Turco here at the Department of Fire Services, and honored to have the presence of Senator Mike Brady. We thank you, Senator, for your presence here today and for your support always. Thank you, and welcome. We extend our sincere welcome and thanks to family and friends. We know that over these several months that your recruit has been here at the Academy and the time leading up to that, they've enjoyed your support, your willingness, and your stepping in areas where they may not have been able to accomplish things that they wanted to accomplish back home while they were spending their time here and on nights and weekends when they went home with homework and additional duties to undertake during that time. We know that when we sign on with the fire department, we sign on to a second family. Brothers and sisters that you see around here in uniform, some not uniform, but that have participated in their process, have supported them, and who they'll work alongside for their entire career. But we know, too, that we need that strength of our home network, so that when we go home, when they go home, especially after seeing things that we hope that they never have to see, doing things that we hope that they will never have to do, that you recognize and support them as you have through this process, and you will through their career. So we welcome you, we thank you, and we welcome you, whether you're first generation or multiple generation, to the fire service, to your second family, the fire service. That family support network was so much on display in the last couple of weeks as we went through the tragedy in Worcester. And know that while we appreciate the support, we also extend ourselves to support you in those difficult times. Chiefs, we thank you for your commitment to training, your efforts to maintain safety in the departments, and for entrusting your recruits to us. We take that responsibility seriously, and as I'll echo Joe's words, the instructors live every day in the business but in support of their brothers and sisters in the fire service. They are truly professionals, fire service professionals, who work every day in their jobs. They're either active or retired fire service personnel who want to give back to their industry. And I would like to recognize our instructors especially for their hard work, not only in the recruit section, but throughout our academy training. Their willingness to come back, share their knowledge, expertise, and experience to further the safe and efficient operation of fire departments. Let's give them another round of applause. To recruit class 269, you've made it. 10 weeks ago, you entered this building not knowing what to expect, not knowing what would happen next, probably not knowing the person next to you. You entered here as individuals, as recruits. Today, we recognize your effort. We celebrate this day with you, and we celebrate your accomplishments. Take a deep breath. Enjoy this. You've earned it. We know that it's been a long, hard trek to get to this point, and there is much ahead of you, but that you've worked hard to achieve what you have achieved. We know, too, that you now understand that that thread that bonds us all together in the fire service is teamwork. Working alongside brothers and sisters every day, working with those relationships that you've built over these 10 weeks, and that you will continue to build upon. You may never see some of your classmates in the field. If you do, in some cases, you know it's real bad because they came from a long way to help. But the fact of the matter is, you've established bonds, and you will continue to establish bonds that will support you throughout your career. I want to thank you and the instructors that join you as we pay tribute to firefighter Roy. You know firsthand and too early in your career how important it is for all of us to join all the firefighters that join them in their support, and we will continue to support them and the Worcester Fire Department as we go forward. I want to give you a couple of reminders. First of all, today is Friday, December 21st. You just have a couple of shopping days left for Christmas. It's time to begin. This is something new that we're trying to incorporate in the fire service because some of us wait a little longer than others. You still have a little bit of time, but the shipping is going to be expensive. Remember, too, that you have a foundation upon which to build. These fire service instructors, these fire service leaders, are all there to help you build upon that foundation. But what's critically important is that you take advantage of the opportunities that lie ahead. Tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your career. Make sure that every day is a training day. That you take advantage of the opportunities, whether they're in-house training opportunities, you refamiliarizing yourself with a piece of equipment down on the apparatus floor at the beginning or during your shift, returning to the fire academy, attending the National Fire Academy, taking college courses, seeking your degree, taking specialized training. The most important thing I can say to you today is that old adage, you learn something new every day, isn't just a saying in our business, it's a responsibility. Today you leave here not with the title of recruit, but with the title of firefighter. It's a noble calling. You've achieved it. Make us proud. Keep up the good work and stay safe. Congratulations.
Thank you, Marshal. I'd now like to call upon Captain Rick Tustin of the Winchester Fire Department and the Massachusetts Fire Training Council to present the Richard N. Banks Outstanding Recruit Award.
On behalf of the Training Council, I'd like to congratulate you all on your accomplishments today. Richard N. Bangs was the chairman of the Massachusetts Fire Training Council for many years. Upon his retirement, the council voted to name the Outstanding Student Award in his honor. The recruit training curriculum is designed to train and evaluate students in the basic skills of the firefighting profession. This course is demanding, both academically and physically, and completing it is an accomplishment worthy of recognition. In each class, there is one student selected who has excelled in the training program, and this student is named as the outstanding student of the class. This award is based upon the student's total academic score, successful achievement in both academic and practical skills, testing, and evaluations. At this time, I'd like to invite Chief Dalton Stats of the North Reading Fire Department to join us on stage. I am pleased to present the Richard N. Bangs Award to the Outstanding Student of Recruit Class 269 to Firefighter Adam Salemi of the North Reading Fire Department.
Take a moment to let you know some of the behind-the-scene things that take place in preparation for this ceremony. Traditionally, about 2 hours before the ceremony, the official party, we all get together and basically come up with a game plan as to who's going to do what at what particular time. And we kind of put it in writing, put it in the form of a book, the program that we follow. Well, it was this past Monday that Captain Rick Tustin sent us all an email, said, hey, since we're getting close to Christmas time, we got to do something that will kind of spread the Christmas cheer to everyone. So you probably can see that I wore my Santa Claus tie, thinking this would be the trick, but it fell a little bit shy. So we were just kicking around this morning what we could do, and Reverend John Crowell said, gentlemen, if you want to spread the Christmas cheer, let's have a special individual come up and say a few words on what it feels like to be named the recipient of the Richard N. Bangs Outstanding Recruit Award. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Firefighter Adam Salemi of the North Reading Fire Department.
There's a lot of people here. Good morning. Thank you all for coming. I'd like to thank the Academy. But in all seriousness, thank you to my recruit class and the overwhelming support. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I wouldn't be where I am today without the support of those closest to me, friends, family, and of course, class 269. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Chief Joseph Guarnera has spent more than 38 years in public safety, serving as an EMT, a police detective, hazardous materials technician, a firefighter with the Revere Fire Department, an assistant chief with the Berlin Fire Department, and now as emergency management director and chief of the Athol Fire Department. He was a long-time instructor and program coordinator for the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy, overseeing the instructor and methodology programs. A huge advocate of education, he possesses multiple bachelor's and master's degrees, sits on several fire science advisory boards for several colleges across the country, as a member of the National Fire Protection Association's Fire Service Instructor Professional Development Qualifications Committee. It is well known across this country that when Joe Guarnera speaks about education in the fire service, people listen. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Joseph Guarnera.
guarantee you they're like triple spaced because I can't see too well. But anyway, so what does it mean to be a firefighter today? United States Fire Administrator Dennis O'Neill has been striving for years to prove today's firefighters are not just the person putting the wet stuff on the red stuff, but it's a profession. It's a profession. It's a profession to be looked on as a doctor, as a nurse, or anybody else that needs continual professional development to stay safe and to stay up on what you're doing at that time. Building construction has changed. Houses are being made with gusset plates, lightweight construction. Roadways and railways are carrying hazardous materials through our cities, through our towns, on our highways. With the popularity of Home Depot and Lowe's, everybody thinks they can be a contractor. It's true. And people are looking at professionals a little bit less by watching YouTube instead. I can go on and talk about this forever, but I want to introduce you to professional development. Every firefighter is expected to improve his or her performance and their capabilities year after year. I've been preaching professional development across this country for 40 years now, and I'll continue to do so till the day I die. It's very important to take your career path into your own hands. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You need to make a plan. This plan can be short-term, and this plan can be long-term. These are my top 10 professional development ideas. 1, ask yourself, where are you now? You're a firefighter. As of today, you're a firefighter. Probably a dream for most of you. It's now a position of great honor, respect, a profession that can change the lives of anybody at any time that you come into contact with. And yes, you are a probie. You will be a probie for a while. What are your professional goals? You got to ask yourself. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Where do you want to be in 20 years? You want to be a lieutenant? You want to be a captain? You want to be a deputy? Or do you want to be a chief? You need to ask yourself these questions very soon because your career just began. And your future becomes reality really, really quick. I've always used the acronym SMART. S, be specific. Be focused on what you want to do. M, measurable. Be measurable. Be something you can do something that you can actually assess what your capabilities and your structure are. A, achievable. You need to know that you'll be able to actually meet these goals. R, be realistic. Be honest with yourself. You know you can do it, that means you can do it. Don't let anything, anytime, or anybody stand in your way. T, timely. Many of these goals take a long time. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was the fire service. 3, gather information. After you set your mind on to do what your future will hold, ask yourself, what needs do I need to have? What skills do I need to achieve? What level of education must I have? What certifications do I need? Evaluate these skills, number 4. You need to be honest with yourself. What are you good at? What do you need improvement at? Don't fall into that mentality that many professionals fall into. I'm so good, I don't need improvement. I'm the best. Just ask me, I'll tell you. I'm sick of hearing that. We all need to improve. We all need to further ourselves. We all know 1 or 2 of those people. 5, decide on a strategy. Now that you know what you've decided to be, what are your present skills? Where do you need to be? How do you hone what you have to become better and better as your life and your career progresses? What skills do you possess that strongly and will deteriorate? How do I achieve these accomplishments? What do I do next? That brings you to number 6, develop a timeline. Again, it takes time. Develop a timeline to stick to your goal. Make it work. You can do it. No matter what you put your mind to, you will be able to achieve that. Knowing that, you will be able to encourage yourself and others to participate. Some goals may be difficult and you think it may not ever happen. When you started here, 11 weeks ago, do you ever think you'd be sitting here right now? I'm sure sometime and somewhere, somehow, you kind of doubted that in your mind for a second, but you put it aside, you're here now. And good for you. Number 7, write all these things down. Measure your progress. Keep track of your progress. Make a checklist. Are you progressing? Are you happy with your progression? What can I do next? And then 8, reevaluate your progress. Anytime we do anything, we do it, we check it, we evaluate it. If it doesn't work, we have to change it. And that's okay. Change is good. Remember, life changes. Every day life changes. Responsibilities change. Economy changes. Society changes. The world changes around us. We can't stop that. We have to learn to overcome and adapt and overcome. These causes make you reevaluate your plan, but not your goal. Remember that. Number 9, so important to me. Find a mentor. Seek assistance from somebody that you admire. Somebody that's been a positive influence to you in your life. Somebody that you can actually look at and say, I want to be like him or her when I grow up. At the same time, you look at other people with negative traits. Those traits that make you say, I definitely don't want to be like him or her when I grow up. It can be more than one person. Positive and negative traits come from a multitude of different areas. So think about this in your mind right now. Where do you want to be? How do you want to be remembered? And number 10, enjoy your progress. Cherish your accomplishments. Feel proud as far as your self-actualization of what you've accomplished. Sitting here proves to all of us that you are accomplished. You are a professional now. Unfortunately, there's many times that family will be affected by time, the dedication, commitment, and even the money it costs to further that professional development. Now, I'm just going to take a quick spin on this, and let me put these 10 factors into perspective. Once upon a time, there was a young man who used to idolize 2 men, John Gage and Roy DeSoto. For any of you who don't know who John Gage and Roy DeSoto is, the door is right there. But anyway, we'll continue. I had no idea, or he had no idea, what engine company or rescue companies really meant, but he loved hearing Squad 51, Truck 127, report of an accident, 132 Main Street, Cross Street 3rd, timeout 751. No idea what that meant, but it sounded really good. Administer 2 amps of sodium bicarb, insert an airway, start an IV, 51 lactators ringers. No clue. But if Roy DeSoto did it and John Gage, it must have been good. Anyhow, that guy knew right away he wanted to be a firefighter just like them. As life went on, he had some very trying times. He was very sick, stage 4 cancer. At one time, he was stricken with another disease that left him paralyzed for 9 months on a ventilation. Throughout those 9 months, his dreams started to dwindle. But even though he couldn't talk, he still thought, I want to be like John Gage and Roy DeSoto. He needed to implement those steps. He had lots of time to think about it. He asked himself, okay, number 1, where do I want to be? Well, he beat cancer, graduated high school, and started a family. Number 2, what are your professional goals? His career goal was to become a teacher, a firefighter, and someday maybe even a chief. So what did he do? He became a cop. Number 3, gather information. What do you need to be a teacher? What do you need to be a firefighter? What do you need to be a fire chief? He evaluated his own skills. He was a good communicator. He had good ethics. He was honest, but he needed really help with his skills. So when you become a teacher, a firefighter, or a fire chief, let's do that strategy. Go to college, get your degree. Now he's a teacher. Became an instructor at the police academy. He's teaching other professionals. But he never forgot his dream about being like Roy and John. After many years, he became a firefighter in a storybook city called Revere. Wow, he hit the big time. His professional development plan was coming into play. He graduated the Mass Fire Academy and acquired the skills and knowledge needed to be a firefighter. He got more degrees, more knowledge. Went to get his degree in fire science, Took many courses at both nationally and locally at the fire academies. He honed and developed his skills. He later became an instructor of the Mass Fire Academy. He honed his skills and kept him from deteriorating. Be a teacher. When you teach, you're honing your own skills at the same time. His plan was falling into place. He now teaches at colleges and locally and across the country. A teacher and a firefighter at the same time. What a concept. 6, develop that timeline. He knew he wanted to be a fire chief, but time was running out. You got to do that before you're 65. Number 7, write down and measure your progress. Kept a checklist. Number 8, reevaluate his progress. He had to push forward. Number 9, find a mentor. I can't tell you how much that is so important. Find a mentor. One of his firefighting instructors, Bob Luma, fellow academy instructor, Chris Norris, his fire chief, Chris Price, and others, and the student that he had named Paul Zipkowski. He asked them all for guidance. They gave it to you. Number 10, enjoy your progress. That person went on to complete the Chief Fire Officer program, became a credentialed chief, applied for every position he could, and finally he became and lived his dream of becoming the fire chief of a mythical town called Athol. This young boy had many obstacles, but I'm telling you that if you want to do anything you want to do that are possible and positive goals, you can do it. Set your goals high. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Don't ever stop believing in yourself. Seek out a mentor. These men over here, men and women in this fire academy, these fire chiefs sitting here, these are all mentors. These are people that would do anything to help you in your career. The academy is one of the best academies in this country. Well, how do I know that? Because I've been to many. I'm proud to have been part of this academy. And it's just not my academy. It's not their academy. It's your academy. As Dr. O'Neill always said, the National Fire Academy and every other academy is our academy. And you know what's great about this academy? It's free. It's free. Not every state can say that. I hear too many firefighters saying, I don't get paid to take academy classes. I want overtime to go to school. I'm not going to take that class unless I get a certification and get paid for it. You know what I say to those people? That's ridiculous. It's a total disgrace. Continue your education, your professional development, here and elsewhere. Keep safe. Why do we take education, or do education? To keep ourselves safe, to keep our fellow firefighters safe, to improve your skills, learn the greatest and the latest, but most of all, be able to go home to your family, go home to your loved ones, be proud of your accomplishments. This is only the first of your accomplishments. Ask any of these mentors. I hope to be one of your mentors. And lastly, I want to leave you with a quote from the prophet Steve Perry of Germany. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlights, people. Oh. Don't stop believing. It's been an absolute honor to be part of your day. Stay safe. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all, and congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, I'd like to call upon Assistant Program Coordinator, Mr. Jack Gelinas, to call the roll of today's graduates. Family, friends, please come on up front and center for pictures when we call upon your flag.
Before we call the roll, I'd like to ask all the veterans in the class to please stand up. All the veterans in the building, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you for your service. And the graduates, starting from Graduating firefighter Derek Perry. Of Dennis, the Fire Chief Mark Delner. And assisting in this presentation, Dennis Fire Captain Wayne Conlon. And Dennis Firefighter Christopher Conlon, the father and brother of graduating firefighter Matthew Conlon. Graduating firefighter Michael Demoreski. Graduating firefighter Robert Hooper. Graduating firefighter Anthony Muniz. Graduating firefighter Nicholas Bedini. And assisting in the next presentation, Dennis firefighter Nancy Moyer. Who is the mother of graduating firefighter Connor Robertson. And assisting in the next presentation, Eastham Police Sergeant Brian Savin. Who is the father of graduating firefighter Keith Savin. Easton, Fire Chief Kevin Partridge. And assisting in this presentation, Quincy Fire Lieutenant Ken Kuchera. Who's the father, graduating firefighter Jennifer Kuchera. Before Jennifer leaves, we'd like to welcome Joe and Lisa Cleary, who are in the audience here. Joe and Lisa Cleary. Joe and Lisa would like to thank Jennifer for her professionalism and dedication to public safety into the Eastern Fire Department. Jennifer stopped a few days before starting the academy to help Lisa, who was involved in a serious motor vehicle accident. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, for your pride and professionalism in the town of Easton. Over and above. And graduating firefighter Sean Martin. Graduating firefighter Josh Bodine. With Josh's mother and father. And of Hanson, Fire Chief Jerome Thompson. Graduating firefighter Thomas White. Of Melrose, Fire Chief Ed Galena. And assisting in this presentation, Arlington Fire Lieutenant James Lawson. Who is the uncle of graduating firefighter Brian Gonzalez.
Sorry, one more please. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Of Milford Fire Chief William Toohey. Graduating firefighter Philip Gallagher. Graduating firefighter Douglas Lima. From North Reading, Fire Chief Donald Stats. Assisting in this presentation, retired Fire Lieutenant Tom Salemi of the Somerville Fire Department. also Joe Salemi, retired Fire Lieutenant, Somerville Fire Department. The father and uncle, graduating firefighter Adam Salemi. Norwood, Fire Chief George Maurice. Graduating firefighter Nicholas Eller. Plainville, Fire Chief Justin Alexander. Graduating firefighter Aiden Farrell. Of Revere, Fire Chief Christopher Wright. Graduating firefighter Michael DiMartino. And assisting in the next presentation, retired Revere Fire Chief G. Doherty. And Revere Fire Lieutenants Brian Doherty and Kevin Doherty. Uncle and cousins, graduating firefighter Daniel Doherty. Assisting in the next presentation, Revere firefighter Louis Giovanni. Graduating firefighter Louis Giovanni. Graduating firefighter, actually assisting in the next presentation, Saugus firefighter Michael Wilson. Who's the cousin? Graduating firefighter David Sorino. Graduating firefighter Manuel Velez. Of Somerville, Fire Chief Charles Sabrine. Graduating firefighter Michael Kilduff. Of Springfield, Fire Chief Bernard Calvi. Graduating firefighter Trevante Goodman. Graduating firefighter Thomas Murphy. Graduating firefighter David Rivera. Of Wayland, Fire Chief David Houghton. Graduating firefighter Ryan Cheney. Of Winthrop, Fire Chief Paul Flanagan. Graduating firefighter Francis Gunn. And assisting in the next presentation, Winthrop Police Officer Fatan Ramadani. Who is the brother of graduating firefighter Ardian Ramadani. Class 269.
call upon someone who's becoming a bit of a fixture up here on stage, the spokesperson for Class 269, firefighter Adam Salemi of the North Reading Fire Department.
Good afternoon. Still a lot of people here. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming, taking time out of your busy days, taking time out of work to come and support us. I really appreciate it. I spent some time over the past few days thinking about what we have in common as a class. And other than our profession, for being tired, for being sore, for being cranky at the end of the day. Hey, Connor. I came to realize that what we have in common is pride. And it's not just pride in our work, it's also pride in the sense that we all have people in our lives that we want to make proud. People who are proud to call us their sons, their friends, their relatives, their classmates. So whether it be our friends, family, we all want to make our chiefs proud too, and officers. There's too many white shirts in the room to not say that. With that being said, I'd like to take this opportunity to say how proud I am of Class 269. Over the past 10 weeks, we've been through a lot. We've had some exhausting days, both mentally and physically, and we've had some frustrating moments, and we've been thoroughly tested. But I'm proud to say that together we made it through. So with all that being said, on behalf of Class 269, I want to say thank you to all those people who we strive to make proud. Thank you to our friends, our family, and of course our departments for supporting us as we begin our careers. Like I said before, I know me personally, I wouldn't be where I am without them. And lastly, I want to say thank you to my fellow classmates for sticking together and supporting each other over these past 10 weeks. I wish you the best. Good luck. Congratulations. It's a tradition here at the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy that each class creates a plaque to remember our time here, to kind of leave our mark. With that being said, I'd like to present Brian and Louie, who were behind design and the creation of our class plaque.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I ask that you all rise for the benediction by Chaplain Crowe.
O Eternal One, we give you thanks for all the joy and pride and excitement and warmth that we feel in this room. We thank you for those who have said yes to you and who return home to jobs where these skills will be used so well. Be with all those who care about them. Continue to build that sense of camaraderie and friendship which has grown here. Send us all out with a deep sense that you call each one of us to serve you and your people everywhere. The Spirit of Christ our Lord. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude today's ceremony. On behalf of State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski and the men and women of the Department of Fire Services, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for spending this very special time with us today. For the members of Class 269, we wish you a long, healthy, and safe careers. I ask that you please remain standing for the departure of the official party, followed by the departure of the chiefs of department, and then departure of class 269. Merry Christmas, everyone.